Okay. I'm making this video because on Anarchism board, apparently anarcho-capitalist board, so it's not really anarchist, there's this argument going around how Alan Greenspan betrayed the principles of Ayn Rand. And then someone else says that, no, he didn't betray the principles of Ayn Rand, he betrayed the principles of Chicago. And then they're going back and forth, and at some point someone mentions that no one wants to be responsible for creating a recession. No one wants that on their conscience, no one wants to take the blame for that. I'd be willing to take the blame for that, not only because it's always been my dream to be a supervillain, but because if you actually believe in the principles of states' rights and all this other libertarian bullshit, that would be the way to go. If Ron Paul actually believed half the crap he said, he'd get on his old man bad knee and suck the Federal Reserve's dick. Because it would be inflation that would ensure corporations have no power, but that the small businessmen, the petty bourgeoisie, could still exist and flourish. I made this little drawing of my Muslimic ray gun. It is like a Nerf gun that shoots Federal Reserve notes. Why is that? Well, because, obviously when inflation happens, the value of the dollar itself goes down. But who does it go down for? Does it go down for you? Does it go down for you when you go to the grocery store? No, because you produce shit here at home. So what's going to be the difference? The only difference is going to be when something is outsourced or imported. So wouldn't that be the conservative position? Wouldn't it be the conservative position to artificially inflate the dollar? That way you stop outsourcing and importing goods and produce and run your economy at home. Everything would be produced, everything would be employed, everything would be an influx within the gated community of the United States in general. Wouldn't that be the way to go? As opposed to, worrying about how much the dollar is worth because you export everything, you get everything imported. That just makes no sense to me. How are you going to claim to want states' rights and small businesses and petty bourgeoisie rulership and then worry about how much the dollar is worth? It doesn't matter how much you inflate the money. A dollar is a dollar. A dollar will still value whatever a dollar could. If a gallon of milk costs $3, it doesn't matter if it's inflated or not. It could always cost $3 because as long as it pertains to that circle and nobody outside that circle rejects the money, it can cost whatever the fuck it wants to. And you could pay $3 for it, and even if there's a bajillion dollars floating around, who cares, because you live in an internal market. You live in a market that's self-sufficient and self-gratifying. It's just a snow globe. But it only matters, inflation only matters when you're dealing with transnational transactions, when you're dealing with China, when you're dealing with England, when you're dealing with whatever. That's what I'm trying to say here. If you want to keep jobs in America, if you want to keep all the materials, whether it be entertainment or metals or oil or whatever, if you want to keep everything at home, you have to inflate the dollar. It's just that simple. That's how the petty bourgeoisie get to retain their power and reduce the power of the major bourgeoisie. That is the fastest model. That's the fastest goal. And, Ron Paul wants to make you all believe that he cares about you, the middle class, the struggling entrepreneur who has a good idea. Bullshit. And I don't personally support fascism, but that's what that is. And you need to know what you believe in. And, in my mind, it would still be better than global capitalism. It's not my preferred stance, but it would definitely be the lesser evil. But that's what I'm trying to say here. Ron Paul doesn't believe half the crap he says. He just knows you'll believe it. Because it makes no sense to claim that you're all about states' rights and you're all about isolationism and then turn around and worry about the global marketplace. There is no way to logically conclude that. That's what I'm trying to get across here. And it's only been 5 minutes, but there's no need to go on. Apparently, people did not that I wasn't able to explain that well enough in her freaking written content. And obviously I can write better than verbalize it, but, you know, people are illiterate. They don't want to read anything past 2 words. Maybe that's why they liked fucking Ayn Rand. Because all Ayn Rand ever said for 900 pages is me, me, me. It's all about fucking me. She's an egomaniacal bitch, and I'm glad she's dead. She's a psychopath, and she died alone. Everybody hated her. The world is probably better off without her. And unfortunately, her ideas lived on and made a lot of the problems we have today. So, that's it.